Hey guys, welcome to Posing in Paradise. Today's yin yoga sequence is specifically designed for labor workers. So if you have a very physical job and your body is sore a lot of the time, aching back, aching feet, tight shoulders and hips, this is going to be a great soothing video for you. All you need today is a mat and maybe a bolster or a pillow. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Meet me on the mat. And just to drop into our space and set up for our soothing moments of yin yoga, we're going to come into extended child's pose. Don't rush anything. Labor jobs demand a lot of us physically. They ask a lot of you. So for the next 30 minutes or so, we're just gonna slow down and take it easy. Send your knees out wide, big toes together, and meet me in extended child's pose. Absolutely no urgency to get there. Make it feel good. We're just gonna be here in stillness and silence for just a minute or so. Let your hips be heavy and start to feel that gentle stretch in your underarms and your shoulders. And just breathe. If you like, you can rock your head side to side on your mat. Give yourself a forehead massage. And just see if you can notice your hips starting to soften, even if just a little bit. And right from our extended child's pose, we're going to get into one of our first postures. We're going to come into thread the needle. So take your right fingertips and thread them under your left arm. Bring your right shoulder down to the mat. Then you can rest your forehead down. We're opening up now in the back of the right shoulder. Also starting to twist through the upper and mid back. So the cervical spine and the thoracic spine, places where we carry a lot of tension. And we got the added bonus of still opening up and softening through the hips in this pose. So multi-benefits here. And if you want to play around with movement a little bit, reach the fingers out farther. Or maybe bring the left arm underneath your head. Just kind of play around, see what feels good. What opens up your shoulder the most? Very gently, very slowly, start to unthread that side. We're going to come into the second side now. Reach your right fingertips out long and thread the left fingers under your right arm. And each side's going to feel different, so you might notice some sensations that you didn't feel on the first side. Is that okay? Yes, it is, absolutely. Feel your left shoulder starting to open up. People with labor jobs that do lots of bending and lifting, we collect so much tension in the shoulders and the back. So while a lot of times labor jobs will keep us physically fit, it's important to remember that we also have to soften that at the end of the day. So relax the muscles, lengthen them, soften them, maybe work out some knots. Intense labor and exercise is great for the body from time to time, but it does make us collect a lot of tension, and it can make us more prone to injuries. Maybe play with movement just a little bit. Reach a little farther, only if it feels good. What is going to open up your shoulder and your spine? Couple more breaths on this side. And start to ease out. We're going to come off of our hips now. So we've been there for a decent amount of time. Right from here, tuck your toes, plant your palms down, and exhale, send your hips up and take a soft downward dog. So this isn't a yang downward dog. We're just doing this one to lengthen the hamstrings and to soften the backside of the body. We're not doing any kind of warm-ups for any vinyasas or workout. This is all about soothing and relaxing. So you can rock your dog side to side like I'm doing. This is what feels good for my hips and for my calves. So this is what I'm trying on today. But I invite you to do what feels good for you. What is your body asking for? And find stillness for just a breath or two. All right, nicely done. Bring your knees down to the mat. We're going to come into a pose now. He heard downward dog and he thought I was talking to him. This is Bones. Bones is going to be here to support me on my next pose. Yes, you're a good dog. So I don't need him to move for this. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So this one can be intense, We're coming into a toe squat. So from your kneeling position, come up and tuck the toes underneath. And as you're ready, if it feels okay, start to sink your weight down on your heels. Sometimes the pinky toe wants to go astray, so sometimes you have to kind of reposition that. And we're opening up the bottoms of the feet because, oh man, yeah, I feel it. We collect a lot of tension in those muscles under the feet, and we hardly ever take the time to lengthen those and open that up. So I know this is intense. We're only going to be here for a few more deep breaths. If it's too much, feel free to put some of the weight on your fingertips and just gently press into your feet. If you're able to, you can stay up with your full weight on your feet. Couple more breaths. A lot of the time, labor-intensive jobs, we're on our feet all day long, running, moving, walking, squatting, sweating. Our feet are very loyal to us, so we kind of owe it to them to give them a little self-care. Last breath. Sigh it out. Untuck the toes and sit down onto your heels now. Give yourself just a moment. Let the feet kind of settle, recalibrate a bit. That's a very intense stretch. We're going to stretch out now through the tops of the ankles. So for some of you, this may be a little bit uncomfortable. We're going to come into a variation of hero's pose. So for my hero's pose, I'm sitting on my heels and I'm gently going to start to lean back. I'm going to lean back until I feel the tops of my ankles start to stretch and open up a bit. And if you can't get there by leaning back, then you can slowly start to play with lifting your knees. Mind you, just a little bit. It can be a very intense stretch. If this is extremely uncomfortable for you, you are more than welcome to grab a bolster, a pillow, and sit on that. So you give yourself a little bit more support. I'm choosing to do this variation because that's what my body's asking for. So just check in with yourself. What is your body asking for? And I'm not lifting the knees very much because the tops of my ankles are very tight. We won't be here for too long, just a few more very slow, intentional breaths. Last big, slow breath. Sigh it out. And bring the knees back down. Bring your weight back forward. And for this next pose, you may like to use a block or one of a bolster type thing. We're going to come into twisted rope now, and we're going to open up between our shoulder blades. So this should feel pretty nice. We get to come down and lay on our belly on our yoga mat. So I'm already liking this. This is one of my favorite poses. But we're not going to stay up in Sphinx pose today. We're going to open up the shoulder blades. So first side, we're going to send our right fingertips through, So reach your right fingertips away from the body, and at the same time, reach your left fingertips away from the body. So you're crisscrossing the arms. And once you found a good spot, you can let your forehead down and come to a relaxing, restful pose. Twisted rope. We're stretching out the muscles between the shoulder blades, so something that collects a lot of tension and gets lots of knots if you're like me. Take a couple more breaths on this side. Maybe at the very top of your inhale, when your lungs are full, maybe you can feel your shoulder muscles pulling gently apart. And that's exactly what we're going for. Very gently start to untwist the arms. And we get to stay right down here. We're going to switch sides. So this time, reach your left fingertips through, away from the body, and right fingertips through, away from the body. So we're still opening the shoulders in the back, but just a little bit different of an angle. So just go with it. Just find some enjoyment out of it and know that you're going to really help your back to not be quite so tight or sore for tomorrow. Gently start to unwind. You can clear your prop off to the side for now. And gently press your way up into a tabletop pose. So in your tabletop, take what feels good. Find a little movement for the wrists and the shoulders. And very quickly, I shouldn't say very quickly, we're not doing anything very quickly today. Very briefly, We're going to turn the fingertips towards the knees and come into a forearm and a wrist stretch. So if it feels good to just find stillness, I invite you guys to do that. But if you want to do some very gentle rocking back and forth, that could feel good as well. Just a couple more breaths here. So it's definitely okay to have a very physically demanding job. It's okay to be very active and dynamic and move a lot. But just remember, at the same time, we want to find that nice balance for the body. Because if we just did highly physical, active movements all day long and didn't take the time to soothe and soften the muscles and stretch, life would be pretty uncomfortable for us. And if we're able to avoid that, then it's probably a good idea. Again, totally up to you. This is just how I like to unwind after a very physical day. Tuck the toes, press back to a downward dog. Just briefly here, take a big inhale. Open mouth, sigh it out. On your next exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist. We're going to come into pigeon pose. In yin, we like to call it sleeping swan. It just sounds prettier and a little bit more peaceful. So if you'd like, you can stay upright for a few breath cycles to really open up your left hip flexor. So for me, this is an area that gets very tight because we're always in some kind of flexion. So we're always bending it forward. We never really take the time to bend it the other way and open up. And if you're done being upright, you can use a prop if you like. Just slowly start to work your way forward and sleep your swan. We are now opening up and softening the right hip. So hopefully this feels good for you as well. If it's a little too intense, then by all means, do put a prop or a pillow underneath your right hip. Otherwise, just bring your swan down and find some restful stillness. And don't forget to breathe. Once you've found a comfortable place in the pose, just let your body melt like a pat of butter in a warm pan, just sliding down. Take a few more deep breaths. Fill up the back of your lungs on your inhale and let it all out on your exhale. And without any urgency, start to walk yourself back up. If you'd like, you can use a downward dog to transition to the second side. That's what I'm gonna do. Otherwise, you can just wiggle around on your mat and find your way into pigeon on the second side. As you're ready, left knee comes to left wrist now. If your hips are very tight, feel free to put some padding underneath your left hip. So our hips get very, very tight from walking, from squatting, from lifting, anything that we do during the day that bends our legs and causes a lot of flexion. So it's really important that we take some time to open that up. Take care of your body today and have a more comfortable day at your labor job tomorrow. You can stay upright if you like. I'm just staying upright for a moment to open up my right hip flexor. Whenever you're ready, start to come on down. Sleep your swan. Set up your prop so you're nice and cozy. And we're just gonna gently come down and stay here for a minute or so. We're now opening up our left hip and softening that hip joint. So we hold these poses a little bit longer to do more work into the joints and into the muscles. So if you think about a pot of water on the stove and you want that water to boil, you turn the stove on and it gets hot right away, but the water itself needs extra time. It needs more time to heat up and to do what you want it to do. So I kind of think of yin yoga that same way. You can get into a stretch, no problem, some of the time. But to really get the full effects of it, you need to leave it there. You need to leave it there, and like they say, a watched pot doesn't boil. Basically, it's just saying, have a little bit of patience. Hopefully, while you're being patient in your yin pose, you can get some enjoyment out of it. And if you don't enjoy the pose while you're in it, then you can enjoy a looser, more comfortable body the next day. My friend is back. Hey, buddy. He usually tries to lay on my yoga mat when I roll it out, so we'll just go with it. No worries today. Take just a couple more breaths on this side. You're right in the way, dude. As you're ready, my friends, slowly make your way back up. And if you did so before and you want to transition with downward dog, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm going to choose the wiggling around method on this side. So however you decide to get there, we're just headed down onto our backs. Told you. I'm gonna move my prop to the side. I'm gonna share my mat with my friend here. That's okay, because we're coming into our very last bit of the sequence. Whether or not you're sharing your mat, gently lie down on your back. Give your spine a moment to straighten and lengthen. And from here, we're going to come into something that feels really good if you've been working hard all day long. Sometimes our lower back gets really sore and really tight. So we're going to bring our knees into our chest and gently rock side to side. So as you roll, nice and slow, roll out the muscles going up and down the sides of your back. Do this with a little intention. Take it slow. I can feel tension in the muscles along my spine. It feels really good to get my body weight on those tight spots. I think I feel a knot or two. If you feel any knots or a little extra tension, then just give that part a little extra love. Mine is right there. There's a knot right at the top of like my right glute area. You can use your hands to gently press your knees a little bit farther away now. We're going to massage through the sacrum. So right now we're massaging the base of the spine. So the tops of the glutes and the lower back, we're just giving that a gentle massage for another couple moments. If you have a tight, sore lower back from working hard all day, then I hope that you are enjoying this little massage moment as much as I am. All right, my friends, if you have a prop on hand, where'd you go? Go ahead and bring that now underneath your sacrum. If you don't have a prop, don't worry about it. You don't really need it. We're just gonna take a brief waterfall pose to freshen the circulation and get some good blood flow going from the legs down to the heart. So one at a time, send your legs up to the ceiling. If you're not on a prop, that's okay. You're still getting some good benefit from having your feet up over your heart space. And just take a few slow breaths with me. We won't be here for very long today, but I do highly recommend for those of you with those intense labor jobs, I highly recommend that you put your feet up a wall or get them up over your heart space for at least maybe 3 to 5 minutes after a long, hard day of work. I know we don't always have time, but trust me when I tell you, it really feels refreshing because I totally get it. When you come home, your knees are aching, your feet are sweaty and they're sore, your back is tight. It's okay to slow down and just nourish the muscles and the joints and the circulatory system. If you haven't given yourself permission, I give you permission. Take a little time. Soothe it out. Very gently. Nice and slow. If you're on a prop, go ahead and move that off to the side and come back to a flat back and stretch out your feet into your final Shavasana. Just let your body feel like that pad of melting butter in a warm pan. If you have extra time today or tonight, whenever you found your way to this video, please go ahead and stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you have a little bit more to do yet, start to roll out the joints. You might hear some crackles and pops. That's okay. Stretch your legs long, long, long. Arms as well. Maybe you've got a little dog friend in your way. That's okay. From here, gently roll to your favorite side. Pause for a moment and find something to be grateful for. If you can't think of anything, that's okay. You can be grateful for the same thing that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I was able to make the time to do something kind for my body. As you're ready, start to come back up. Come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. I love hanging out with my buddy when he's quiet and peaceful. Lengthen your spine up and weigh your shoulders down away from your ears. Close the eyes down. Take a last big inhale. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Hands at our heart space. I'm so glad that you joined me and Bones on the mat today. I hope that this practice helped soothe your body and maybe worked out some of the knots and aches and pains. Labor-intensive jobs are a very noble profession, and you are definitely seen and heard and felt by me. So I hope that this offering was beneficial to you and that you got something peaceful and soothing out of it. Thank you so much for joining me today, my friends. Namaste. All right, you guys, that is it for my labor job friends. I hope that you guys liked this video and that it helped your body feel a little bit better. If it didn't make you feel better right now, then hopefully tomorrow when you wake up, you might be a little bit less stiff. So here's hoping. If you enjoyed this video, you can find some more like it on my channel. And if you have any comments or feedback for me, I would love to hear from you guys. So do feel free to drop a suggestion or a compliment, anything you feel like saying. So that's it for this one, and Bones and I will see you guys again soon. Namaste.